All right, here we go. We're going to do a video on solving inequalities that have multiple steps. So this is the natural progression after our one step. We're going to start doing multiple steps just like we did with our equations. So a couple rules we should just follow when we do this. We're going to follow normal equation solving. We're going to flip the symbol when multiplying or dividing by negative numbers. And the variable ends on the left, and I thought I was ready for an example here, but in reality we have to remember to graph the inequality. So we do have to remember to graph that inequality. That's how we finish this off. It's not finished till it's graphed because inequalities have multiple answers. Now we can do an example. So the first example we're going to do says 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 24. So we are going to solve this just like we would any other inequality, any other equation to start out with. So the first thing we want to do is move the number not by x, so we're going to move that 4. So we're going to move plus 4 by subtracting 4. So we subtract 4 to both sides. That gives us 4 minus 4 equals 0. 24 minus 4 equals 20. So we wind up with 2x is greater than or equal to 20. And then we need to move that 2. So we move the times 2 by dividing 2. So we divide 2. 2 divided by 2 gives us that 1 that we want. 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. So we get 1x is greater than or equal to 10. And then the last thing we get to do is graph. So 10's in the middle, 11, 9, close dot, and greater. So that's one of the more simpler ones that we can do. Let's go ahead and do one now. It's a little bit more challenging. So our next example, see I kind of squeezed it in there, says negative 3 x plus 1 is less than negative 18. So we can't combine anything, but we can't move this 1 until we distribute that 3. So we distribute negative 3 to x and positive 1. So we distribute. That gives us negative 3x and negative 3. So we get negative 3x minus 3. There we go. Is less than negative 18. Now it just becomes what we did up here. We're going to move the number not with x. So we move negative 3 by adding 3. So plus 3 plus 3. Negative 3 plus 3 gives us 0. Negative 18 plus 3 gives us negative 15. So we get negative 3x is less than negative 15. And then the final thing we have to do is move our times negative 3 by dividing by negative 3. Which means we flip the symbol. We didn't have to do that up here because it was positive. Here it's a negative. So we divide both sides by a negative 3. So we get -3 divided by -3, which equals 1. Our new symbol is a greater than, and -15 divided by -3 is 5. So we get x greater than 5. To finish it off, we get to graph. The graph, we're going to put that 5 in the middle, 6, and then 4, open dot, and it's greater. All right, well, let's end with one more example. This one we're going to have the variable on the right to start out with. So we have -6 is greater than or equal to m divided by 3 minus 3. So no problem there. It just means at the end, before we graph, we got to flip everything. So the first thing we want to do is move -3 by adding 3. So we add 3 to both sides. -6 plus 3 gives us a -3. Remember, don't just start mixing things around here. Keep things on the side they're supposed to be. -3 plus 3 equals 0. So we get -3 greater than or equal to m divided by 3. There. Now we get to move or divide by 3 by multiplying by 3. So we multiply by 3, multiply by 3. 3 times -3 gives us -9. Divide by 3 times 3 gives us a 1 that we want. So we get -9 is greater than or equal to our 1m. Now, you'll notice that we did not flip the inequality even though we got a negative here. We multiplied and got a negative. That's fine. We did not multiply by a negative. It's when you multiply by a negative. Not get one, by one. Now we have to put m on the left. So our greater than or equal to becomes a less than or equal to. So we get m less than or equal to -9, and then we finish this off by graphing once again. So -10, -9, -8, close dot, less than. There we go.